Our top stories this week. In Arkansas, a state representative is in hot water for rehoming his adopted daughters to a place where one of them was sexually abused. He says that the only reason that they did it was because the child protective industry threatened to charge them with abandonment when they tried to give the girls back, which they only wanted to do because the girls were violent and a danger to the couple's biological children. And now the governor of Arkansas is calling for a review of the state's adoption laws. In Maryland, the parents who were busted by CPS for letting their kids walk home alone from a park were charged with unsubstantiated child neglect. The mother in this case says that her life has been torn apart by the ordeal. She also vows to fight the neglect charges and tells the child protective industry to leave her kids alone while bemoaning the land of snitches. In Los Angeles, California, the child protective industry is under investigation by official commissions over the high-profile child deaths of kids who came into contact with the foster care system. The ousted Arizona child welfare boss is claiming that he was undermined by his successor, who didn't like the way they handled more than 6,000 uninvestigated child abuse reports last year. In Michigan, CPS agents are going to testify about the inadequacy of the state's child welfare computer system, which is a $61 million doorstop. And in England, a judge blasted the child protective industry for failing a foster kid who suffered years of uncertainty while social workers digged around trying to figure out what to do with her. The U.S. Department of Human Services Inspector General issues a report that finds that 29% of foster kids have not gotten the necessary health care screenings that they need. In Florida, the legislature considers a bill that would give generous $10,000 payments to state employees who adopt stolen children from the foster care system. The Michigan legislature is considering a bill that would allow faith-based adoption services to deny children to gay couples. In New Mexico, Governor Susana Martinez is pushing for a student loan repayment program for CPS agents. In Connecticut, a 15-year-old girl went missing from a DCF facility. In New York, a 7-year-old girl is recaptured and returned to her foster home. A Pennsylvania mother is refusing to tell CPS agents where she hid her baby after the father was arrested for child abuse. And a new report finds that the British child protective industry is losing track of about 2,000 kids a year. In Ohio, a couple was arrested after their 2 adopted girls crashed a van while trying to escape alleged beatings and sexual abuse. In New Mexico, a foster parent pled innocent to 14 child sex abuse felonies. A Pennsylvania foster mother is charged with having an ongoing sexual relationship with her former foster son, and the process is getting underway to try to figure out how to slice up the $60 million Jerry Sandusky sex abuse fine from Penn State University. In Nevada, a couple was denied the right to foster children because they were responsible gun owners. In England, the father was jailed for 6 months for threatening to cut up his daughter's social worker and then send the body parts to her family. A foster mother from Jamaica is told by a judge that she can't sue on behalf of her injured foster daughter. In California, Los Angeles County supervisors have agreed to pay $800,000 to a couple whose children they snatched without a warrant for being unvaccinated. And finally, tonight, the Los Angeles County child protective industry is putting on a Las Vegas-style drag queen show for the foster kids. For these stories and all the latest dirt on the child protective industry, visit www.legallykidnapped.com. And until next week, this is Baby LK, over and out.